Good morning and bienvenue. This is Life's Questions and Lessons, the unedited self-reflection podcast. I am your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so thankful that you are here with me today. Let's get started with our first question. Who supports me? Who supports me? So I was in a conversation recently with a member of my Wise Council, and she was talking about some of the things that she is really excited to be doing. She's going into this, or just got accepted to this program that she's really excited about. And she was sharing it with some of her family members and friends. And a lot of what they were saying didn't really sound positive when she was sharing it with me. And one of the things that I asked her was, who do you have in your life that supports you? And we kind of started talking about, what that looked like. And I really thought that this was a perfect question to bring to the podcast. For me, I have been very purposeful and intentional with my friends and my family that I consider friends that I talk to on a consistent basis. And one of the number one things that, in my opinion, is most important for a relationship is support. So if you don't have anyone in your life that you can tell them, it could be anything. I'm looking for a new job. I'm starting a new business. I want to move to a different country, a different whatever it is. And their reaction is, why would you do something like that? That sounds crazy. Aren't you worried about this? And just this kind of overload of what I would consider the lack of support, then it might be time to really consider either how you can navigate that relationship in a way that empowers you or how to release that. Because the people around you really do affect your growth on this journey, and they can hinder your growth or they can support you. So I really challenge you to just take a look at the people in your life that are really important to you and who you talk to on a regular basis or who you reach out to. And this could also be the people who you listen to as far as mentors, right? The books that you read. It should, anything that you are looking to learn about or be inspired by, it should do just that. It should support you. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you should agree with everything like that. Obviously, we want to grow, so we want to challenge ourselves. But a lack of support can really, really wreak havoc on your mental space, right? Your mental health, your emotional health, and most importantly, your confidence. You want to be able to trust your choices. And because you're here doing this work, doing this self-reflection, exploring who you are and what matters to you and why, the only thing that you need is support, right? So again, as always, want you to ask yourself these questions in curiosity, not judgment. And if you do find yourself coming up empty with people who support you in, physical form, maybe it is time to find some mentors in some books, in a podcast. I'm here. That's the reason that I started this podcast. I live a very alternative, lifestyle, and I didn't like feeling alone in what I was going after and everything, right? I wanted to feel supported. And eventually I got to the point where I looked around and I said, I know there's someone out there who doesn't have a Wise Counsel, who doesn't have people in their life to help them and talk to them and be there for them. And I also want to remind you that you can be that person for yourself as well. So hopefully this episode was helpful for you. As always, thank you so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast wherever you are listening to my words. And if it was helpful for you, please share it. We are here on this planet to help each other. So if it was helpful for you, please share it. And until next time, take care.